but I'm tired of just making ends meet. See, I want to be blessed. I don't want to be blessed. I want to be blessed to feel blessed. You see, I want to live my life in the overflow. I want to have more than enough. Check this out. Well, it's time for me to start to elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see. Turn all my dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back from my heart desires. He promised that if I have faith, if I believe, faith the size of a mustard seed. I want to be blessed, to be a blessing. Prosperous life, no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. He'll keep blessing me in every session. I got to do something with this life he give. It's planned for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I got God on my side, the hater just gonna have to let me fly. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Oh, yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? So we got to speak that thing into existence. Because it's gonna happen. You gotta believe it. In your heart, and in your mind, and in your soul. So you gotta repeat this after me. See what you say, so you can say what you heard. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, you repeat after me. Come on, say it. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. I wanna be living. I got to be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, speak this thing into existence. Let's go. I wanna be living.
Hey, 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 what's
your blessings is on the way. Blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? I want heaven. Right here on earth. Don't you wanna live in the overflow?
Hey, what's up, y'all? And welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. Not yesterday, not last year, not tomorrow, but the Everyday People Show. And guess what, y'all? This is the only show where me, you, your mama, and your cousin too get to just come on and do what? Chop it up! What's up, y'all? Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Your boy had to take off a week, man, but we back, man. I had to take us a business. Your boy had to do a show Saturday, and I turned that mother out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all been watching them videos I've been posting. I hit all the legends. I did Otis. I did Marvin Gaye. I did that boy Teddy. I even hit that boy Luther. I hit Big Luther, not Little Luther. I hit that Big Luther on him, man. Hit that Big Luther. I hit some of that Donnie Hathaway on them, and I hit some of that boy Frankie Beverly to a sellout crowd. Yeah, your boy had a sellout crowd. You got to buy a ticket to see this, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to buy a ticket to hear this now. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening. Woo, boy, it's kind of warm in this place right here. 68 degrees outside in the ATL. And what's up, y'all? We got a lot to chop up today. Well, actually, we got a situation, a community issue we need to take care of today, y'all. What's going on with our kids? What are we waiting on, man? What are we waiting on before we gonna let our future get destroyed, man? And then we all sitting back waiting for our future to be destroyed. We all plan to not my house. Don't worry. Everybody worry about their own house, but we got to get back to the village thing, man. Well, everybody is accountable. Everybody is responsible for everybody. What's up? This what's up, man. Anyway, let me get some folks up in this thing, man. I got my boy BT. What up, BT?
What's good? It's always glad to be in the house with Rob Vandross. I heard you turned it out, man.
Hey, man, I had them on their feet, boy. You should have flew down here, man. You should have flew to the
I wish I did, you know man. I wish I did, man.
Hey, you got to check me out while the ticket's cheap, man. You know what I'm saying?
Is that a Grambling hat you have on?
Oh no, that's a. You don't see that right now?
Oh, it's a Green Bay Packers.
Come on, bro.
Oh, it's Georgia Bulldog.
What did you think that is?
What color is it? The color looks. I guess it's black, right?
Yes, it's black, but you know I wear it in the sun a lot. I wear it out in the sun.
Okay.
I wear it a lot lately. You know what I'm saying?
I was glad it's not Grambling. That's all good.
You know, I'm peeping that. I'm trying to see where we gonna come in at on the playoff chart.
Oh, y'all good, man. Y'all good. Y'all just got to beat. Who y'all playing? Y'all playing LSU in the SC championship game?
Yeah, LSU let us down, man.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Let me get my boy up in here, man. Heard, what's going on, man?
What's up, buddy? I ain't making no noise, man. You know me, just chilling. I hate I missed your show too. I was out of town with my team, so I heard you turned it out.
Hey, man. Word of mouth for something else, man.
Oh yeah, but I saw for myself, but I know you gonna show it out. That's us. That's us. You know what I'm saying? That we do. We do it big. What's going on?
I don't know how much time we got with you.
Oh, you got about an hour. I'm finna just ride to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk to you. Okay. Yeah, I'm in my car.
I got my boy Coach Hurd on, man. He worked with a lot of the youth, man. We're gonna talk about the youth today, man. What's going on with the youth out here today, man? A tragic incident happened in the A over the last week, man. A 12-year-old kid was shot to death. You know what I'm saying? A mother was pleading for help for her kid, man. And at some point we got to. I think black men we got to play more of a role in the youth lives, man.
Coach, I'm gonna tell you something. First of all, what we got to do, we got to turn into some more mentor, because everybody want to help the kids that's already being helped. Like my situation over here. Don't nobody want to mess with the Lulu kids, but then the kids that's coming back killing us. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been saying it for years. Everybody want to jump out there and jump on Lil Johnny's side. He already taken care of. If a kid ain't got no hope, don't nobody want to mess with him. That's in the coaching world. Now that kid that just died, he tried to play with us too. Coach, don't nobody want to mess with these kids. And that's also, what's going on with us now.
Also, the kid who got killed, he was on your team?
Yeah, he tried up there too. Yeah, cause I know that. And then the little girl that got shot, she was a cheerleader for me. We don't take aggressive to the kids that need help bad. Then the kids, that's why they hanging.
What do you mean by that? What kids you talking about like need help? Need the most help?
Coach, like, okay, I'm gonna take it from my part, from the sports side. Everybody want to jump on that athlete side, right? I'm gonna help him because he's struggling. He good. He's struggling though. Now you take that same kid that's struggling, but he ain't got no athletic. We're gonna send him back to the street, and that's gonna be the same cat that come rob us. Like I told you earlier, I bury a kid every year, grown or live. Every year they out here doing something wrong. Every year. I've been doing it 35 years. I ain't never not buried a kid a year. I buried 2 this year though.
Man, that's sad right there.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So what you think what can be done though, bro? Right, Tissue. What's up, Tissue?
Hey y'all, what's going on, fellas?
What's happening? I mean, like I say, it started at home, Lamar. That's all I can tell everybody. It started at home. We giving these kids too much leverage. These kids got the world, and they know that ain't nobody gonna do nothing to them except the outside world. So I feel like it all go back to the parents. The parents got to start being responsible for their child. What the first thing they say when they get on now? My child ain't bad, but what he hanging around?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Everybody say my child ain't bad, he ain't this, he ain't that, but they ain't watching him on us. I see these kids every day. Some of the children they just hanging around the wrong crowd and getting caught up.
Then they
even the wrong crowd is somebody's kid though. You know
that's what I'm trying to tell you. It started at home, coach. Go back, look. You remember we were playing ball when I got that murder case? You remember when I got the murder case? Y'all, we going out of town, hurt our team. Arrogant. I didn't have that leader. I was arrogant, and that's what a lot of kids just going through. They just gonna get out there and do whatever. It's just the generation just don't got really, really wild. So I'm finna retire from coaching because I feel like these kids gonna run me to the ground. Period.
Don't retire. They need you, so please don't quit. They need you, Hurt. Don't quit.
I do understand that. But it's a time. It's a time. I got 35 years.
But see, her, you one of the better one out there though. And the thing the reason why I reached out to you because I know you know how to reach kids. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of listen to you. You know, I know how these kids they listen to you. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
You hands on with them.
They do. But they got to go back to their friends on the other side of that boat and hear that. Say, I'm disciplined. They of course they gonna respect me because I demand respect. But once they leave me, coach, them kids flip. Don't forget, I got the Temp and Delmont Lane kid. Well, I ain't got but one kid out of them Temp. One kid out of the whole apartments in the Temp. That's irrelevant. Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They over there killing their old coach. They shooting every night.
They right next door to the center.
Right next door. And they right next door to the Red Center. That's why I said, and then we got a mentoring program going on right now. You know how many kids we got down there? Maybe 8. But he trying. I got to get to that man. He trying. Dre trying.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So this going to be a long process, Coach. This going to be a very, very long process. This ain't just started. This finna carry on. Yeah, this is going to be a long process.
What's sad about it, man, but it used to be the 16 and 17-year-old.
Thank
now
you.
It's like the 11, 12-year-old. What's next? The 7, 8-year-old?
Yeah, 9, 10.
And we got to kind of get in there, man, kind of slow it down. And
but you got to stop it. You got to stop it while they little. While you thinking all that's cute when they running around here, they doing what they doing, and then they grow up, they get 11, 12 years old, you done lost completely control. And I can't understand for the life of me, how do you lose control of first of all, they don't have no fear in them. They know nothing about God.
Nothing.
Fear nothing. You know what I'm saying? No respect for nothing. You have to demand your respect for these kids. Like, I'm not fit to play with you. I ain't your homegirl. I don't think all that playing around what you're doing as a child is cute. You got to stop them. You got to stop them. You got to stop them when they 4 and 5 years old. You know, by the time they turn 10, too many people. And what blows me is people be seeing this stuff on different pages, and it just burns me up that you see a community of people and this stuff go viral. Like you see their pages, you get all these likes with 12, 13-year-old posting guns, smoking, and doing all of that. But when somebody's life is taken, you got a whole community supporting people when it's too late now.
Yeah, and
you gonna help me save my son when he dead now. What was all these people at when I needed them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna tell you this little simple thing. I had a kid play ball with me this year. He brought a whole pistol to school, whole gun. The next day their mama didn't do nothing to him, sent it back out there. So what I supposed to do then? Whole gun to school. Got caught, everything. 2 days later, he was back on my team, back at school. It's like they just pushed it under the rug. And the kid is off the chain. That's another kid going, he off the chain.
But
I'm trying to help him, but he off the chain, coach.
But you know what, Harold? It go back when I keep saying, like, so many of the parents is lost. The parents are so lost. They having kids as kids, and I can say that because I had kids young. You have kids as a teenager, and the things that you've been exposed to. So you just having a baby, but you really not being a parent to this kid, and you don't know how to. A lot of people they expose, they show out. You know, the parents go show out. The kids just marking everything the parents doing. People are lost. So again, you have to be the change you want to see. Just because you was raised around certain things, you've been exposed to certain, you have to take power and control of your own life and say, hey, my kids mean more to me than, you know, I don't know about nobody else, but I don't want to lose mine to the street at a young age like that. But they just having these kids, and I mean we because I've been part of that. You know, you have them at such a young age, and you ain't paying no attention to the kids. You bringing all these different kind of people, and exposing them to different things, and so they just want to be what they see.
Man, they about to make me invest in policies on these kids, boy. Cause every time somebody they not prepared, people ain't getting prepared in life. To me, maybe I'm old fashioned. Well, people not give if you know your child is running these streets, just like the mama, he snuck out the house. So apparently he already bad.
Yeah.
He already bad. I don't care how you look at it.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have got shot. I hate he got shot. The coach at 12 years old, Atlantic Station at night.
Yeah.
They put him out. See, that's what I'm saying. The police put him out. They took their right to the bridge and stayed and called drama. When you put a whole bunch of black people together, a young kid, some gonna jump off. That's what they did. They just went and stood at the stage. I mean the bridge.
So I like to weigh in on everything. How you doing? I'm Ashley.
How you doing,
What's up,
Ashley?
Ashley?
Hey, Lamar. So I want to go into it like a little deeper. Like I understand that the parents can do better, but when you look at Atlanta and you see what it have done over the years, you see the wealth gap in Atlanta. You either broke, you either poor, or you got money in the city of Atlanta. So you got to look at it from that standpoint too. So if a mom is out all day working 2 or 3 jobs just to feed her kids, how are they going to be able to look at her? You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you don't even have a dad.
I have 8 of them. I have 8 kids.
I understand that. So, but we talking about in 2022, where a carton of eggs, some eggs are $9. 12 eggs is $9. And in Atlanta, you have people are rich or they poor. It's no in between. So what do we do for the kids in order for them to get out of the streets? Don't nobody care. And then we go back to, what are we going to do? Who we going to put in office? We need to start putting people in office that's going to put stuff in place in our city on the west side that's going to have these kids to do stuff that they need to do.
But baby, it's there. All that's there.
How is that there? Who is it open to? How many men are out there saying, "Hey, young man, let me do this for you. Let me take you to go put you."
How many kids want to go and say, "I want to be with this man"?
And that's what I'm saying. How we gonna tell kids what they want to do? We put kids in a place. All they see is what's on social media. So if you show them something else, guess what? They gonna want something else.
Man, respect started in the house. If they
Respect started in the house, but if the mother working 2 or 3 jobs, where's that gonna come from?
You put him involved.
The bigger picture.
Yes, we is. You put him involved. Listen, I hear you, baby. You definitely right. But one thing about it, we came up through them bricks. We didn't have shit neither.
I didn't have too much of shit either.
I know, but you look how you turned out. Look how you tell you, I don't know you, but
I turned out good because I turned out good
cause what? Cause what?
because my mom was able to be there. She was able to be there at some time, but my mom also worked 2 jobs, and my stepdad
I
also
ain't had
worked a
no
job
daddy.
too. And it was not only it was more than 3 or 4 of us in the household. But I wanted more. But I also had people around me that had more. But
And
now
that's what
all
we
they see on
saying.
social media
That's
is
what cause they family ain't helping them out though. They
yeah, I
family ain't
understand
talking
that,
to
but all
them.
they see on social media is money. The songs they listen
Yes,
to, money,
yes,
glosses, so they
yes,
want more. But
yes.
how do
We
you
are.
put people in front of them that have that stuff but went down the right path? How do we get the kids on the west side to be like their peers that's in Sandy Springs and Swanee?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Hey, that's the same question we asking
And
now.
at the end of the day, it's a wealth issue. It's a poverty issue. No matter
I
how
say
you look at it,
I ain't gonna say it's a money issue. I'm gonna say
it is.
it's a
It
parent.
is. It's
It's a
either.
shortage of
It is.
men. It's a shortage of men, and these
It's
moms
not a
ain't.
shortage of men because it's
These
plenty.
young men, these young ladies ain't stepping up.
Yeah. Hold them
But how
accountable.
can you got to understand? What I'm trying to say is, how are we completely blaming the mom when the mom said she reached out? But if she
I
working
ain't,
2 and 3 jobs, what more can she do? She's in
baby,
that
I ain't say
situation,
that.
but what more can she do?
I did not say that. I feel you on that. My mom worked 2 jobs. I was the only child. It can work if you talk to your child. Your child got respect for you. He wouldn't go out there and do that dumb stuff. See, these kids don't have respect. These kids don't have respect for their parents. They cuss them out. Go ahead, Lamar.
I think a lot of times, y'all pause until y'all talk because I'm getting a lot of feedback. I think a lot of times the parents don't want to let their kids down, so they allow their kids to go places at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying no, you can't go, they'll let them go because they don't want to see their kids heartbroken. So they end up with a broken heart trying to keep their kids' heart from being broken. You know what I'm saying? And I think back when I was 12 years old, ain't no way in the hell I'm out that late. You know what I'm saying? You know, we had a street light. We had a street light rule. When that street light on, you in the house. In parents, they don't go by that rule.
At all.
And these kids packing pistols now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it used to be the teenagers, 16 and 17 doing this. Now it's like the 11 and 12-year-old. And it just off the chain. You know what I'm saying? And we need solutions. I think we pass blaming folks who fault it is and all that, what a dad is and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like Ashley said, she cried out for help. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Lamar, let me just say this. I feel you got a lot of feedback. We need to answer some questions. Society is not made for that. Society is here to tear down. If you let it tear down, we're not gonna change because for one, they always gonna sell them guns. Look what every kid want, them spec guns. Soon they made them others on the market. That was the hottest gun seller in the world. Everybody got them spec gun. So now when you use that spec gun, now you ready to get you a real gun. So we finna have this issue for a minute until these parents buckle down and train their children.
Yeah. It's
Tell them.
definitely start with, but a lot again, parents are lost. You know what I'm saying?
Just like Ashley said. Ashley said that.
Roll y'all windows up.
Oh, hey, just like Ashley said, mom working, hey, these kids want what other kids want. But the parents got to learn how to talk to them the right way to kind of smooth it over. Or not, they going to go out there and get it. Yeah, one thing about it, them hard kids know how to be hard and go out there and get it. And that's what's going on.
Let me play this video right quick.
All right.
Like how everybody I could like how no matter that your own what do I have to add? I'm thinking what I have blaming it on the single parent because the daddy wasn't blaming. I still had to do it. I worked at 2 jobs. I lost my second job. I didn't have a babysitter for my kids. I had my kids coming to work with me. So that's how I lost my second job. I couldn't stay at home and hold our young hand. And when I tried, I reached out to him. I work at the school. The social worker have tried. I called the police on my son. I know my son coming to the house late. I called the police several times. I said, could y'all please lock my son up? I can show y'all text messages. Lock him up so he can know how I feel to be sat down. Please, they told me. He gotta have a point support system. I gotta take my son to the juvenile system, to get him somebody to help him. I said, what 12-year-old son, running the streets gonna come with me? Can I come by myself and give y'all information? Y'all go find my son. They told me, no, we cannot help you. My son fought mental illness. He had to get the pills. It was my fault. I stopped giving him pills because he had a bad allergic reaction in school one day. I had to take 5 EpiPens, and that scared me. I thought I was going to lose my son then. So I stopped giving him medicine. That's why he didn't take the medicine, but he was my mental illness. I tried, y'all. I called the police office almost 30 times. 30 times in the last 2 years. They told me they can't do nothing. I said, he's out making these folks' cars. Could y'all please get him up the street and set him down, let him know, but somebody killed my son. And I can give y'all this police officer number. I talked to him 7 days ago. And I said, I'm begging you, could you get my son in custody? He said, I can take him down to the juvenile system all day. It's up them to keep him, and they're not going to keep him. He had to really hurt somebody for them to keep your son, but now he's hurt. I wanted him to feel it. I'm hurt. I wanted him to feel how it feels to be set down, let you know this is life, Zion. But now I'm feeling hurt. My son is gone. I don't have no son no more. He's gone. And I cried out for help. I cried out for it, y'all. I promise y'all, I cried out for it. But I felt my son. I felt my kids. I felt myself. I felt like I didn't do enough. But I cried. And I cried. I called him when I was at work. I cried, y'all. Say something.
Yeah, so that's a sad situation right there. So
Very sad situation. But we hear this story every time a kid go down. And I do understand her. See, we got different situations out here. That's all. I mean, she got a fucked up dad. She tried to go to the system. She already knew her son was bad. She just said it. And I feel sorry for her about that though, because she reached out to the law. She should have reached. I mean, I don't understand that. The law ain't for her. That's why I say society is not for us. I hate she didn't reach out to somebody else. She could have brought him back to Adamville, but she just let it got too far, Cole.
Okay. You hear me?
Yeah, and that's the point though. She. At least she knew it got too far and tried to get help.
Yeah.
So I think we got to start trying to find solutions instead of, it's a lot of kids gone too far already.
Hey,
so we gonna sit back and just wait till they kill each other.
That was gonna happen. I promise you. I'm trying. Like I say, I got my thousands. But you got millions over that. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, I bury a kid every year, Cole. It hurt me to my pride when I be going to these funerals, man. Over some dumb stuff. But I do have to look at the things the kids I did save, and just that be my blessing. I know I ain't gonna be able to save them all. Society ain't with us, Cole. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still back to the politics. Society just not with us.
Okay. I'm over here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. When you say society, we are society. So
yeah,
we have to think about this from the standpoint of our culture. So when I hear that, I just listened to that mother talking about her child. But we have to think about all of the standpoint of when she first became a mother, when she was in the process, when the child was still in her belly. who does she have to try to get her prepared for it? That's what we have to try to
Thank
think of.
you.
We need to
Thank you.
start preparing our people for childhood or for birth, because a lot of times, like somebody said before, kids are having kids. So we don't prepare the kids. They're not adults yet. They're having early, and it's all about now. Think about when our parents and our parents' had kids. They were 13, 14, 15. So it's not a thing of the age. It's about society right now. So look at what society is now. Because at that time we didn't have nothing, so we went out there trying to show our Gucci's, our Jordans, and all this other stuff. We were just trying to survive, trying to take care of our kids when our parents were having 8 and 9 kids at 14, 15, 16, because that was the norm. But now, since we've got a little status, now as soon as we have a child and we got a little money, we're trying to pretty much outdo each other instead of trying to prepare that person for the world, us being Black people, knowing that we still are considered second-class citizens in the United States. So what we need to do is start focusing on, okay, the children that are here, we can catch them and try to get it. But once you become pregnant, get the lack of better, the village around that person, so we can make sure that parent is in the right mind frame before that person comes here. We don't want to wait till they're here and then the parent try to do what they think supposed to happen, but they're young, they don't know yet. And then once it get out of hand, then can't nobody talk to the parent or the child, because the parent couldn't control them. If the parent can control them, society ain't gonna be able to control the child. So that's what we need to start looking at. So, and I've been looking at this from a standpoint and I was like, I got 2 girls, and I was like, Lord, every man wants a boy, but the society, how they've been killing all of our boys, I'm like, Lord, I don't know why you didn't give me a boy, but I don't know how if something happened to my boy in this society, because usually the boys are the ones going, even though we know stuff happens to our girls. But when you say, what can we do, Lamar, we need to start focusing, not the kids that are already here, we need to have something for them, but we need to start, when somebody get pregnant and we know they're young, we need to start putting the surrounding around them, start talking to them then. Do you have support? If the dude ain't there, some men around her. If he is there and she's in the wrong frying pan, let her know, because a lot of times, it ain't always the dude leaving. Sometimes the mother is mad because the dude isn't there and she keeps the man away from him. He could be a good dude. So we need to start looking at it from that standpoint before the child gets here. So we get the mama in the right frame of mind, so she get the child the right frame of mind, so we can go from there. But I don't want to take too much time up. I'm sitting here listening for a minute.
All right. In order to do that, we got to repair the village. The village has been destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So we have to get the village right first before we can do that. Because we grew up in neighborhoods that you can catch whoopings from like 4 or 5 different people in the neighborhood. Now you can't look at nobody else's child that curse you out. You see what I'm saying? So that's a village problem. So we got to repair the village first.
Yeah. We said semantic. That's what I'm saying. The village is us trying to surround the person. It's like when somebody grows of age, they grow of age in the African village, they take them out to be a man, hunt the lion, whatever. That's the village. That's what I'm saying. We need to do the same thing. We need to grab the young adults when we know he has a son on the way, bring him around. You got a boy on the way? Okay, come on, let's talk to you. What you got anything so what are you doing? Can we reach out? Can we get you a job? Are you working? Whatever, get him straight. What's the mom doing? What's her frame of mind? Connect her with somebody that we know that can give her on the path, to make sure she has what she needs to take care of herself. Even if they're not together, they still can co-parent. Just because you're not together don't mean you can't raise the child together. It's a different world. Like I'm saying, there's a lot of information available to kids now, and we have to understand that their world is different. They're smarter than us. They grab on to stuff different than us. But we need to let them know that at the end of the day, your main purpose once you become a parent is this child. Make that the focus, not you trying to outshine somebody else. It's the village. Like I said, we need to become the village for those kids before they get here.
But how do you step to somebody and say, let me help you with your child? You know what I'm saying?
It's like, we go here. A lot of people, when they come here, you go, now all of a sudden they got gender reveals. It was like, when did that happen? Gender reveals. Now you got a party before tell what the baby is. Then you got a baby shower. You got all this stuff. Those people that in there, those women in there, they may have husbands. Some of them married, some of them don't. We need to start from that standpoint. We have to build it together, because the parent introduces the child to people they can trust initially. Like when you bring home from the hospital, you take it, this grandma, this uncle, this whoever it is. This could be the pastor. This could be the deacon or whatever. They introduce them. So we have to grab them as early as possible. Once we know that they have a child coming in, whether they're married or not, or whatever, make sure they have that support system. And it's up to that parent if you start talking to them before, because they have to trust the person, because that's the biggest thing in our culture. Black people, we done stopped trusting each other. I don't know why, but we done stopped trusting each other. And we need to rebuild that trust amongst our own community.
You're right. You're right. Divide and conquer is real.
Steve-O, what's up, man?
Hey, man, just listening in. Some great things that's being said. It's I was out there too myself. But I wasn't that young. As I teach my kids, man, you always continue. We want our kids to be leaders. And like some said, it ain't about being, some of them it's rough to be single parents. And it was rough for me. And I had both parents, but I still did what Steven wanted to do, but at the same time, as I became a parent, and I agree with my cousin, it's just some of the things, my morals was a lot different. I knew I wasn't gonna disrespect nobody that was older than me. I know I wasn't gonna say no bad words while nobody was older than me in their presence. Even when I played on the league in certain activities as a coach, this day and time, coaches do let the kids express themselves. They go out and the one that's on the field, they be cussing. Now, I told my son, you let me hear a word come out your mouth, and I don't care who team you on. At the same time, you gonna still be a leader. You ain't got to cuss because your teammate cussing. So at the same time, it's just some things that our youth is losing. The battle is just they see all this stuff is on TV. They see this stuff is on Instagram. We have all that. We had some people that we wanted to hang around and be around. That was some bad people, and our parents didn't want us to be around. We still did it, but this new technology of what they're getting this stuff. It is easy to get a pistol. We couldn't get a pistol at that age. Not like that. We had to really go beg somebody that was a G to give us a pistol because you that pissed off. And they probably gonna tell you, no, you need to get somewhere. You're gonna go try to find it on your own. But now it's so easy to get it. These people, these kids stealing money out the parents' pocketbook, or some of them, and they go get it that way, or they breaking in and they stealing something, but it's just time now to put in perspective that when you're around these kids, and I'll just be sitting back when we be at a game, and a group be around me and my wife, but at the same time, hey man, can y'all just hold down that language? You know what I'm saying? You got a lady right here. Are they gonna jump me later on? But at the same time, I'm gonna not let you keep disrespecting while I'm keep sitting right here. Okay? I can't go get the police and say, hey, police man, these folks over here cussing. Are you gonna put them out? But I ain't gonna make sure they understand that you ain't gonna continue to talk like that. And I don't want to hear you saying, excuse me. You don't even be cussing at the same time, period. But I just think it is more to having more activities done for them, where they're getting them involved to other stuff, try to help them mentally, try to make some real money, some legit money, and if the parents need prayer, bring them to the church. I do it at my church. When they come over to the church, then of course I want them to realize that we ain't out here just doing this we're trying to save your life. We want you to get you to know Christ. You know, try something different. You know, some will get involved and some you're going to lose. But at the same time, we got them to know Christ. And that's the main thing that some of us that are Christian, I got to make sure I got to teach these youth about Christ. I got to. I'm going to be held accountable if I don't. I got to save an adult as well, too. But I still got to get that child to know Christ.
Yeah, it's almost like they don't have a idea of what they be doing. Like you said, the kid cussing around you like they grown. It's almost like they feel like this is okay. I mean, where they get off thinking this is okay? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because remember when we were young, and I try to stop saying when we were young because it's a different time. Because even though you might not curse in your house, but they can go online and hear cursing all day. It starts from being around the people. You know, now the kids right there with the parents while they cursing and whatever. They on the phone, the kids right there, they cursing, talking, they online, they doing YouTube videos, TikToks, all this stuff right with the kids in there. They don't send the kids out the room anymore.
We came up, we couldn't be in room with grown folks. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I said that's why we have to start with the parents to get them understand that you grown, you can do whatever you want to. But realize the kids don't hear what you tell them. They see what you're doing. They're gonna do what you're doing, not what you're telling them. So the same thing with coaching. You know, a coach come in a new team, and you know you want to try to teach the people that are already there, but you don't really get your philosophy in there until you start the one that first coming there. I know it's a coach over here because you coming there with the freshman, then you're like, man, I can teach him from scratch. I ain't got somebody else even with church, you want to catch them when they're young, so they already got God in them when they're coming up. You know, they might stray or whatever, they might go aside, but they already have it in them. But if they already never had it in them, then you're trying to teach them when they're grown. Now they already got these adult thoughts in their head, so they kind of push that aside. So that's why I said we have to catch the kids before they have the kids and get them right. You know, or even if they're wrong, just like let us help you where you need it, so that you're not worried about just maintaining or taking care of yourself. Where you can think about the kid and say, what do I need to make sure this kid has everything he needs to make sure he lives a adult and a fruitful life where he can grow up, where he's not worried about the food on the table and all this stuff. We can get him to the point where he's thinking about education or she's thinking about education and she's not worried about what the other person has, because they have what they need to society so they can become who they want to be and not trying to compete with other people.
Yeah, I agree. I think black men got to take more responsibility for this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Look,
I think black men got to take a bigger responsibility for this.
Yeah, we do.
You know what I'm saying.
But here's the thing, though. We need the black women to support us, because we have a lot of angry black men and angry black women mad at each other. So they put the wrong perspective out to their kids about the black male, and society as a whole.
What perspective are you talking about?
Society as a whole, if you do a poll across if you do research, the black male is at the bottom of the totem pole. And no, not saying that we don't kind of perpetuate this, but we always have been in the United States. We always have been at the bottom of the totem pole, but we ain't never had this issue always. You know what I'm saying? We ain't always had this issue. But we always have been at the bottom. We always have been the poorest. When you say we had the issue, what issue exactly are you talking about? Just of
kids just off the chain, like young. These really babies, man. These kids shouldn't even be knowing nothing about no gunplay and all that, man.
But
hold on, Herd. I got you muted, Herd.
What type of kid?
Go ahead, Herd.
Well, hey, it ain't. Yeah, but you can't. I'm gonna go back to what y'all just said. We knew about all that. We was off the chain. It's just now that it's just happening more. That's why we keep going over the same thing. And at the end of the day, it's still bringing up. It got to start at home. That's the only way it's gonna begin. Only way.
Now, we did
They
some
already-
mischievous. We did some
go ahead.
mischievous stuff, Herb, but I don't think we would carry pistols shooting at each other like at the age of 12, man. We trying to get the PlayStation, man. You know what I'm saying? We been thinking about hanging out that time of night, man. We first of all, we couldn't hang out that time of night.
Nah.
And the second of all, I still playing with toys when I was 12, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't lying. I'm still trying to get that Tyco racing set. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with him. I think we if we start saving and getting the parents help, if you start saving and helping more parents, you'll save more kids.
There you go. It got to start with the parents.
And the reason why I say that is because I look at my situation, the way I was going and the way I was living, and one day I just had my aha moment, like, what am I teaching my kids? You know, so I noticed people don't listen to what you say, but they watch everything that you do. So it was important for me when I had my moment, like, I got to do something different. So I had to reprogram myself from everything that I had been exposed to show my kids something totally different, because I didn't want my kids to go through half of the things that I went through.
Mm-hmm.
I ran the streets. I mean, I did it all. I did it all.
All right. Also, another issue is that a lot of it, like what Coach Herb was talking about, was like, you know, that there's nobody to help the kids that's really needed. The black men that's successful, that have the energy, that have the drive to do it, they don't live in the hood no more. They moved out to Latonia and Sandy Springs and all the suburbs. They're not in the hood. It's the black men that's barely getting by that's living in the hood. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's everybody there, but I'm saying for the most part, it's not a lot of successful, positive black men that's in the hood, in the areas that are needed the most. That's the reason why those neighborhoods are like that. You see, I mean, that I'm just trying to keep it real.
And then too,
That's all they say.
I agree with you too on that. Now, if we'll just say Bankhead and Simpson, okay, we'll start there. Then we can do this every weekend, from taking men that's successful that have made it out of the hood. There's some of that when we're doing social media like you're doing now, G. That the people that's on here successful, they got a testimony. Now, if we take the opportunity to freaking stop what we doing, and we really want to help these youth, okay, take a Saturday out of or Sunday, and be on Bankhead, and have these folks sitting down, these young folks, because they on the street. We can start when they get to by the time they start pulling up on Bankhead, we know they still doing the same thing on Bankhead. There ain't no club even open, but there's a part on Bankhead in the evening time. We can start there by the time it get dark, and see how many youth we could pull before it get dark to listen to these testimonies, to get some of these young men out of the street. Some of them gonna come.
Yeah,
some gonna come. We ain't gonna say we got all of them, but some gonna try to do something different. They gonna be like, man, I'm tired. These men out here every weekend, they trying to save somebody. I think that's gonna be the key. And like you said, we some of us know some superstars, and all they gotta do is put the word out. And we use social media so much. Why we ain't using social media to do something like this?
So, but why they got to be superstars and big people?
Right,
because
but
everybody not gonna make it big. And so, once a young man feel like he have failed himself, then what? You know, when he failed, then what happened? You just need men with good energy, good. You know what I'm saying? That's got a testimony in the story. You know, to help turn them around to do something positive. Because everybody not gonna be rich, and they all think like, if I do this, I can get to the top, and it don't happen like that.
And I wouldn't mean to say it like that.
It can be more than one way to get in there and help.
Yeah.
What he's saying, just one way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might have another way.
Start with us.
But listen, it ain't just the men. It's the women. It's the girls too. Because if the girls have a lot of power, because if they stop, remember the sagging pants and all that stuff. If girls stop talking to the dudes sagging the pants, dudes will stop sagging the pants. They'll do a lot of stuff because they're out there, you know, it's competing, trying to get the women and all this stuff, you know, from men. The same thing with the girls. Same thing with the girls out there just doing anything. So we don't want to just isolate the men because it's everybody. We need.
No, I don't mean cut you off. I don't think we're isolating the men. I just think the men was created to be the head.
No, I'm just saying
we were created to be the head. So we have to lead the way.
I understand that, Lamar. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, but we have to do it holistically. We have to, because if we pull the men, we just talk to the men. We need to talk to the women, whoever show up. That's what I'm just trying to say. I ain't saying we isolate.
So we just need to go back to. We just need to go back to the village.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody.
We need to go back to the village.
We're not switching it to a men as a head with the biblical. I'm just saying the kids, youth, period. Because the dudes shooting the girls out there too. Everybody. We need to do the village thing.
So we need to go back to the village of everybody looking out for everybody. See, we've gotten away from that because of various politics, because of you can't tell my child nothing, and that whole gray area of basically what that is. If we get back to, if I see your child down the block doing something inappropriate and I'm calling you, we need to get back to that. But see, the problem is, and I'm not a parent, but I've been around, and I'm an auntie, and I've been around enough people with children, especially raising kids in this day and age. The reality is nobody wants to be accountable. The first thing that they gonna say is my child didn't do that, or you can't tell me nothing about what my kid is doing. So don't call me. But it should be, I should be able to come to you and tell you that your child is down on the block fighting and carrying on and acting a fool in the community. I should be able to come to you and tell you that. And then it should be let me sit down, let me figure out what's going on, let me talk to my child. But at the same time, it is not a single parent problem. It is a everybody problem. It is a community problem. We all have to come back and come together and start being the village again. We've gotten away from being the village. So the solution is to try to put those programs back into place and try to get back out there and see. But it's hard because these young people don't have a care in the world. They don't have a conscience. So if they're going to take you out, that's exactly what they have on their mind. They're going to take you out. But it starts at home. And if you're fortunate enough to have parents that care for you and give you the nurturing and give you the proper tools to make it out in this world, then that's where it starts. But sometimes the dynamic is not good. And just like Miss Tisha said, she had to change her whole outcome of what she grew up in to raise her kids. And so sometimes we have to get away from those generational, oh, my mama used to do it. Oh, my daddy used to do it. Oh, I'm going to do it this way. And I'm not saying those methods, some methods were tried and true. I'm not saying that they didn't work. But what I'm saying is you have to find what's best for your child. You have to find what's best for your child. And you have to figure it out. And we just have to go back to being the village. I love youth. I love working with kids. I love all of that. But you gotta find the common ground. So yes, back to what Rob said. Rob said that the men is the leaders, but that's what we need. We need more men to step up and be community leaders. But at the same time, the women, we right there. We all got to jump in the fight together.
Yeah, because I didn't want to make this about her, because she was saying she was asking for help from a lot of people, but she never mentioned the father. You know what I'm saying? She never mentioned, I tried to get his daddy to go get him.
Yeah.
She said I tried to get the police to go get him. I tried to get the juvenile system to help out, but she never mentioned the father.
Yeah.
But, I
I
want to beat her. I don't want to beat her up about that, but you know what I'm
no,
saying.
no,
You
not
know,
at
No,
all.
it ain't beating
Not
up.
at all.
It's back to what I said. We need to get them before they get to that point. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
We have to educate the. We need to be in the high schools before you become. You thinking that we know they're having sex. We know they're doing that. The consequence of sex is procreation. You're gonna have a kid. When you have a kid, you need to understand uh, what what that entails because you know back then you used to have this saying. I used to hear it all the time, and it tells you about the mindset of a parent when they said, "I took you in this world, I take you out," and they at the same time would be saying that I'm responsible for you. That basically is I'm responsible for you. Because
that's the
kid,
accountability.
yeah, accountability, and it's not there anymore because, and then sometimes you have to add it to the social because they, with food stamps and everything, I was a product of. I grew up food stamps. I got government cheese, everything. I don't know if we would have made it without it. I'm not saying anything about anybody on that, but I'm saying the accountability when the government started giving them money, they don't even have to work or whatever and doing all this stuff. It kind of took some of that accountability out of the parent. If y'all follow me with that.
let me say this. Ashley and Stanford, I see y'all trying to come in, but I don't see y'all video.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So that's what I'm
There you
saying.
go.
So with the accountability, it's like that's why I'm saying we need to, like we're saying, the village. We are the village. We are society, regardless of we are the black society. I see mostly black people here. I don't see anybody else, but we need to start taking care of our own. Taking whatever the government because we pay taxes, so we're obligated to whatever they provide us, but we can't rely on them solely because they have different concepts than we do with how we deal with our kids. We don't come from long lines of money and stuff like that. So, and we're used to having the family together to raise people. But now everybody got an ego, and now can't nobody tell my child what to do, even though most times when something happens in our community, we already know that kid was going down that route. But because the parent or whoever said, they don't tell me my kids, we just left them alone. But we can't do that anymore.
And I
And not
want to
to be
kind of put. Go
go
ahead.
ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wanted to kind of put in input. I didn't know. I don't know if y'all talked about the social media platform that we have today. Like I don't know if you all seen where they did a study on the kids in China and the study on the kids in the United States, and the majority of the kids what they did the survey on is the kids in the United States. Their dream job was being a social media influencer, and the kids in China, their dream the majority of them wanted to be astronauts. And I think that just speaks volumes about what we are doing as a whole, just not only in Atlanta and not only with just our kids here in Georgia, but overall. So many, so many of our kids, because even the grown people, they're so gun ho on this social media platform, um, on these social media platforms, and that's where it started. Why should a 9-year old, 10-year old, 11, 12-year old even have a social media platform? Because the things that's being shown on there is not for their eyes. So that's where it's like really starting at. And I feel like a lot of our kids are being raised off the social media platform. At some point it was just music, but now we have the music and the social media platform. So they don't have no other choice. And this is what they thinking. In order for me to get like that, or this person that I see on social media, I gotta go do this because my mama can't do it for me because my sisters and brothers will have to get it too, and so she can't afford all of that. So I think that's a big thing too. To it also is the social media.
Stanford, what's up, bro?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, man. We just talking about our youth, getting out of hand. What can we do to kind of rein it in? You know what I'm saying?
And not to bash
About the youth, you said?
the woman,
Yeah.
to bash the
Okay.
woman that had the that her son got killed. That was very unfortunate. And truly honestly, women have a hard time when they're seeking help for their kids. Yes, this program's available, but that doesn't mean it's always available to us, if that makes any kind of sense.
A
And the,
hundred percent.
and with the rate of domestic violence and being in a state that really doesn't really help women when it comes to domestic violence. So therefore, it is a lot of factors that play a part in the situation that happened, and it's very unfortunate. And I would never beat up that woman that had the issue with her son. I believe in when she says she probably asked for help, and it doesn't mean that there wasn't a father available. She may have asked the father for help. I personally know people right now that are in a co-parenting situation where the other co-parent has no they help when they can, but they don't help enough, if that makes sense. Like, this is 100% my kid, but you only want to give me 50%. And then you blame me for everything that's wrong. So then that creates another firestorm. So when I say that, yeah, I believe her. She probably did reach out for help and wouldn't nobody help her. Or they wouldn't give her the proper tools that she needed. And it still goes back to our mental health. We definitely have to keep pushing these mental health programs, even for our kids. Teach your kids how to deal with their anger. Teach them how to come to you with anything. And we have to have our ears open and susceptible to listening to the point where we hear what they're saying, not listening to respond, but listening to hear what they're actually saying and figuring out ways to help our kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anybody else got something to say?
Well, she said a mouthful with that, what she just said about listening, because a lot of times we hear the kids talking, but we're not listening to what they're saying. They're trying to tell us how they feel.
Yep.
And we're not listening to what they feel. We're trying to tell them how they should feel instead of listening to what they're telling us. Because a lot of times the kids, when we leave them out and we go in the morning, we got to leave work. Sometimes we leave before they go to school. They're away from us longer than they are with us.
Yep.
And they're dealing with a lot of stuff. And a lot of times we come back and we're dealing with the world. A lot of times when I used to come home from work, when I was a single parent raising my daughter, once I got custody of her as a male with a daughter, when I come home, but I needed that 30 minutes of downtime, because trying to get off the world, because all the stresses in my job, I got to come home and deal with that. But she's dealing with stresses too. So it took a while for me to realize that, okay, when she needed me the most trying to unload, I was trying to load at the same time. So it took me a while to start trying to listen to her, and she went through some stuff, and I'm not going to put her stuff out there that we had to go through for me to finally realize, okay, I was dropping the ball because I wasn't listening to her. I was trying to get all of my words off the world, but I'm like, she's a kid. She didn't ask to be here. I'm here already. I brought her in this world, so she's my first priority. But you said a lot when you said we need to listen to what they're saying, just not hear them, listen to what they say, and then go back and follow up them so they understand that we're listening to them.
And be open. Be open.
Yeah.
We have to be open to our kids for them to be able to come to us and not just dismiss them because that's what we're used to doing.
Because they're kids and they don't know anything. They know a lot of stuff. Like I said,
they know a lot more. They have access to a lot more than we ever have.
Yeah.
So they know a lot more than we ever have. They may not have the gumption to be able to use it properly, but they got a lot more information that we were ever privy to. So we have to, and it's with everybody. Communication is the key. If we get back to a listening, I hear you, let's find a solution together, let's work together, let's figure this thing out. What can I do to help you? Versus get out of my face, versus go in there and sit down, versus I don't have time for that right now. But when do you have time? You got to make time.
Go ahead, Stafford. You about to say something.
Well, anyway, how y'all doing? I think Alton is the one that sent me the link or something.
Yeah. He sent the link, man.
He sent the link. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I'm a little late. I'm still at work actually. I actually work at night, but I have a little extra free time and stuff for this. So I think I seen that clip y'all talking about right now with the lady and her son. She's saying that she asked for help or with him going to jail and lock him up and everything.
Yeah,
like
I think she was talking about how you do the scared straight thing when you let the police come pick your kid up and just scare him a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree with some of the things that I've just heard, and I disagree with some of the things too. Me, I don't know if I'm from Brooklyn, New York, right? And I was also awarded a court myself. You don't want your child in that. You don't want your child locked up. I completely 1000% is against that. As far as listening to the children and stuff like that, that's all cool and dandy, but the children have to listen too. Right now, I'm a single dad.
So you have to present you have to present an environment so they'll be able to talk to you and you're able to talk to them.
We have family time. I talk to them all the time. But they understand, and the reason why why I'm a single dad, not to say nothing negative so much about their mother or anything, because we're divorced, and they live with me now, because I live in Florida now, is because she tried to. Well, I'm going to listen to them. They tend to think that you're more of my family, of a friend, than you are my mother. And a lot of times when it comes to that, you can be, that confidant your children can listen to. But I firmly believe that they have to also recognize that I'm the father or you're the mother. And whenever my children, whenever they did get a little mouthy with her, I let them know that whether she was right or wrong, they're not going to do that to her. They're just not going to do it. It's not going to happen with me. And what she did was, her mistake is that she would punish him and say what you said too, like, shut up and get out my face without it. But she didn't give him an explanation. For instance, for an example, when my daughter first came here, right? And she has to get ready to go to school down here and everything. He's running a little late. And I told her, I said, we got to get ready to go and take you to your first day of school. She's in there, she's putting on makeup. She's, 15, putting on a bunch of, some makeup stuff. I said, you don't need all that stuff. Let's just go. Like that. Be getting ready to go to school. This is not a fashion show. We're about to go. She said, okay, I'm going. I said, okay. I waited about 10 minutes, went upstairs. Well, she came downstairs. She had a whole face full of makeup on. So now I'm saying to myself, I looked at her, I said, listen, why are you, did I tell you to put that makeup on? So it's not about the makeup anymore. It's the fact that she went against what I said to her. So I reprimanded her about it, right? But then what I did afterwards, it told her how she probably could have handled it in a different way. I told her, I said, listen, maybe next time you should, tell me, Dad, I already started putting it on. Would you mind if I finish putting it on? And then maybe tomorrow, then I just won't wear it. And I said, maybe I probably would have said yes. But because you decided to continue to put it on yourself, it's like telling me, well, you don't know what you're talking about, old man. Whatever. So, it's okay to listen to your kids, I believe. I do believe in that because, hell, we were kids too, right?
Yeah.
But back then, I don't know how old you guys are. I'm only 50. Our parents told me, man, shut up. And that's that. These days, kids have access to so much information.
Yeah.
They have access to all these things. Okay. And we're in competition with social media, with their friends, and other parents. I've seen that too. So we have to have structure and consistency.
Yes.
And that's where I think their mother failed. I know that's where she failed at. And that's why they're here with me now. So I agree with some things, but some things I don't agree with. I think that you still have to be firm. Because if you try to listen too much, they'll tell you any damn thing.
Yeah.
Because we did it.
Yeah, you're right. You gotta listen, but you still gotta be in control.
Yeah,
Got
but
to be. Got to
here's
be.
the thing. It's like the kids know if you're in control, you know, if you're firm or whatever, if you no, if you're true, we're consistent. You said it consistent. You said the right thing, consistent.
Mhm.
Because it's one thing you tell them to do one thing, you doing another. That's what we said before you came on. You just came on. We've been talking about this
Yeah.
for a minute.
Okay. All right.
And I'm 52. I'm right
Mhm.
there. 50,
Mhm.
just like you. So
Mhm.
so I've been through
A bunch of old men, bunch of
Yeah.
old men.
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we've been this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And like you said, I got custody of my daughter, you know. And when I got her, she was probably 11. So she's right in that where she's going through that, got about to be a teenager, and so we had to go all that. But you know, like I said, when she walk out the door, she got to deal with them teens. You know, kids are the harshest people on the world with each other. They go wrong with each other. They say stuff to people. They come home with a good. They leave with a good attitude. Come home and somebody don't like them. This whatever, and they start having bad. But so you have to instill in them that they are an individual and they are beautiful and they are intelligent and they are all this stuff, you know. So what you said, consistency is when I tell you to do something, I tell you to do it, and I tell you why I'm doing it, even though I don't have to, but I tell you
Right.
so you understand why. It ain't just me because I'm the boss. You know, how sometimes some of your boss go in and say do this, and you be like, but if I do this, then it's gonna happen. Then 9 times 10, what you said was right, and the boss coming at, he don't want to look at you because
Mhm.
you were right.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
kids, you
I.
have to let
You
them know
know.
because if you tell them wrong, they gonna come back. They call, okay, Dad, this you told me to do this and whatever. But if you're consistent and you did the right thing, we all make mistakes, like you said. But the consistency is what gives them the respect, and they gonna respect what you say. If you tell them not to put this on, they're not gonna put it on there because they were like, oh, my dad don't play, and he's not hadn't let me down now, and that he hadn't let me down. So I'm gonna trust what he. It's a trust. You building trust.
Yeah, and that's what I told them. I'm glad. That's another word. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Trust. When my kids first got down here, right, with me, I told them we're going to build this relationship over trust, love, and trust. You know what I'm saying? And you got to hold them accountable, man. You want, and I hold myself accountable. When I'm wrong, I will let them know that I'm wrong in a certain way.
And
You get
you
what I'm
gotta
saying?
say I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sometimes you
Yeah.
got to do that. You
Yeah.
know. And that's fine, and it shows fairness. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I come home and everything and all the chores that I have them do. At first, when they first got there, they had a little issue with it because their motherless let them. My kids didn't want for anything. We're not rich. I'm not rich. She's not rich, but we're middle class. You understand what I'm saying? So they didn't really want for anything. You know what I mean? They got it from me and her. So I couldn't understand why they would have such a problem with certain things when it came to her. You know, uh, when they got more around me, lived with me, then I started to see what the issues was. When they first got there, I would just like study what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? Listening to things that they were saying, you know, and I didn't like some of the things that I was hearing that was coming out of their mouths, whether they was right or wrong. It's the way they approached it. So they had to
Look, look,
learn. They had to learn that behavior from somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
let, let,
So,
let me ask y'all something, because y'all got some good feel good story. So
mhm,
how do you deal with your kids? Like, your kids when they got friends, right?
mhm.
So how do you deal with your kids when they leave the house and they got this friend saying, "Girl, let's go to these boys' house. Let's
Right.
skip class, go to these boys' house." You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the issue come in at. You know what I'm saying? See,
Mm-hmm.
we all think our kids are the best kids, but when they leave the house, now they dealing with their peers. Now peer pressure about to kick in. You know what I'm saying?
I
Let's
don't.
Lamar,
let's
Lamar,
Well, we
what I
don't
used to
already
do before my
go ahead.
daughter would leave, I would tell her, okay, once you leave this house, you're by yourself. I can't tell you what to do. You're gonna have. I tell her the thing. I'm like, once you got to the age, I'm like, you're gonna be around boys. They're gonna want to touch you. You're gonna want to touch them. It's gonna feel good. He's going. This is what the ramifications. If you do this, this is what possibility. You can have a child. You have sex. You're gonna do all this stuff. If you feel like you can't control yourself, you need to have sex. We can get you on birth control or whatever and all this stuff because I can't control you. You got to make decisions that are gonna affect your life. I told her once they get a certain age, they got to the real. You got to be real with them. It ain't no fairy tale. You go out here and make these decisions. I'm gonna help you regardless of what decisions you make. but ultimately you're in control of your life. You make these decisions now, 13, 14, 15, 16, that can affect you rest of your life. What do you want to do with your life? You want to do this, whatever? Okay, you can do this. Even if you have a child, you can still be a doctor, lawyer, whatever. But it's going to be hard. If you want a hard life, you just have to be real with them. You got to tell them. So if you make a decision, once it happens. We can't go back with it. Now we got to go forward. But make sure you already told them before they get out, before they go out there and understand. You've been a teenager. You know they're going to deal with it. Tell them what they're going to deal with it. So they already know it's coming. So when they make the decision, they can't say they never knew it was coming.
That's true. I instill the fear of God in them when it comes to that. I'm just gonna let you know that straight up. I mean,
I spank my
when
kids.
I say instill
I don't play no game.
I don't play no games when it comes to that. And I use, when I say instill the fear of God in them, they don't have to be. They're gonna fear me a little bit for some of that too with it, but they fear the consequences of those actions, not just from me, but from in life in general. So you are 100% correct when you have to say that you have to, you got to be real with them and everything else like that. I don't say nothing about feeling good and all that. But what I say is if you do it, these are the things that's going to happen. I don't have to go into all the details with you. You already know enough about it. You probably know more about it than I did when I was your age,
Right.
But these are the consequences. And I'm going to tell you
you
like
have to be
this.
straight up
I'm
real.
not taking care of anybody's kids, man. But my own.
You have to know. You really just have to give it to them straight like that. They got more information than we ever had. So you have to be straight up. That's the world we live in.
You know what my sex talk was? For my mother. My mother told me just like this. My mother said to me just like this. She said, "Here." She said, "You gave me a condom and said, 'Here, I know you're active.'" And she said, "Because I don't want, pardon my French, she said, I don't want no bitch's mother come to me saying, 'Look what your son did to my daughter.'" That was my sex talk right there. That was it.
That's some real shit. It's real. It's real.
And she said, because and then things like that do happen. Hold on for a second. Can you hold on for a minute? I can keep going. I gotta get off for a second, okay?
But, yeah.
But what you said, that was real, but we got to change that. We can't let our guys go out there. I don't want to, because he went out there, because ultimately it's still gonna be your grandkid.
You have to, but you still have to give. You still have to give them straight up information. Ain't no. At this point in life, there is no sugarcoating. Because they can Google anything and get information. So you have to be straight up. This is. If you're doing this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And that's it.
Tell them what it is. You go out there, you have sex. There's a possibility the first time you can get pregnant.
And just like you said, you were straight up with your daughter, and you told her, "Hey, if this is what you're doing, this is what's gonna happen." You have to be real like that.
And don't you have to know who your kids hanging with?
Yes.
Yeah.
What you say? What you say, Lamar? Say
that. But
you still ain't gonna know all of them.
You have to know who your kids hanging around. You know what I'm saying?
You still ain't gonna know all.
You ain't gonna know because they gonna lie.
You ain't gonna know all of them. And then the kids, the ones they hang around, they gonna lie.
Yeah,
they gonna present themselves as one way, and then they get out. Girl, let's put on this mini skirt. Your daddy ain't gonna know. Let's go put on this lipstick. Your daddy ain't gonna know.
Look, you check that backpack when they leaving out the door. It's got stuff in the clothes.
That don't even matter. Listen, that don't even matter. I promise. I'm gonna tell you. I was 15 leaving the house and had clothes at my friend's house because we didn't went shopping together at the mall.
I was saying, if you check my daughter had a car. Her car was full of. When I bought her car at 16, her trunk was full of clothes. I'm like,
yeah. You gotta see what's going on here. What you need to wear that for? Where you going in there? What you doing?
It's just like even not the kids, the adults.
I'm telling you, got to be one step ahead.
Out the door, you can't control every minute of a person's life. If they're gonna do what they want to do.
And that's with anybody.
You got to have their mindset. You have to understand. They understand the consequences. So when they make this decision, they made the decision. It wasn't, oops, I fell into this. No, you knew about this. We talked about it. So you knew all the consequences that could possibly happen. Ultimately, even with you going out there and somebody grab you, you trying to make them with security. You let them know, be wary of this. Don't go by yourself and all this stuff. But sometimes we step out and think we know everything, even as adults, and something happens that we didn't mean to happen, but it happens.
I say just do the best that you can, but try to be better than how we was raised.
Yeah, and
And I
that's the only
say
thing we
that,
can do.
and I say that because we're in a different culture, we're in a different environment now that we have to change some of the stuff.
Yeah.
We have to change some of the things. Now, don't get me wrong, discipline is discipline. It is what it is. But in certain aspects, you have to change some of the things, and you have to and regardless of what you do, you're going to be the best parent that you could be for your child. They're still going to make their own decisions. However, you want to make sure that you've given them the tools to make the best decision. You
I
want to
think
give them
another,
the tools to make the best decision.
I think another thing, when you got like young kids, like if you're going out to like a movie or something, like hey, tell your kid, look, bring your friend with you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember taking kids to a baseball game when I took my kids. And I had extra tickets. Y'all come with me. And like when these kids got older, they'll bring that up because they remember that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's some things we could do, man, to kind of like
We just get back to being the village.
Get the at-risk kids help.
Yes.
You know, who parents not as involved like some of y'all are. You know what I'm saying? Everybody parent ain't involved like y'all are. You know what I'm saying? But your kids are still hanging with these kids.
Right.
They still affecting your kids.
In a way, try to get them tools when they in your presence. You try to get them tools just like you would do your own child. So you try to get them tools and try to help them along the way. If you see that they going astray, it's not hard to jump in and be a mentor. We all need mentors. Even as adults, we need mentors. We need somebody that's been through. Now, don't get me wrong. Some things in life, it's going to be a trial and error situation. They just gonna have to do it. It's one of those things that you told them don't touch the fire on the stove, but they're gonna touch the fire on the stove because you said don't do it. So then they ass get burnt.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's still, even with good parenting, even with giving your kids everything. I told my mama, I said, Mama, you raised my mom and dad. I said, you guys raised us to be good people. It don't mean we didn't make bad decisions. But you gave me the tool to be a good person. You told me what was out here and what not to do. But it don't mean that I didn't go out there and make the opposite of what you taught me. So we can't beat ourselves up, but all we could do is be the best that we can for our kids, but we can't dismiss them like they not human beings. You can't dismiss them. You can't treat them like they, don't matter and don't have no opportunity to come to you to have. If I have a child, I want my child to be able to come to me and tell me everything. This little boy was trying to touch me. I want to know it all. That way we can figure out and do what we need to do together, because they need to be able to feel like that. And you start giving your kids reasons not to trust you, then where they gonna go? Out in the streets, and they're gonna trust the first man that they see because he tell them that he love them, and I'm gonna be there for you, girl, and I got you.
Why can't we have the same energy for our kids? I'm not talking about our kid personally. I'm talking about kids like the village, like we have voting. The emphasis we put on voting. Oh, vote like it's your life depended on it. You know what I'm saying?
We do have the same. We can have the same. It's not the people that wanted to make a change.
Right.
That comes from parents. In other words, their parents, the ones we're trying to touch.
And also, and with that being said too, they definitely don't like it. But you can start within that village, and say, for instance, your nieces and nephew. Now yours in line. Yours are in line already. But you got some nieces and nephews that we already know that's off the chain.
Man,
great nieces and nephews, but the parent be so prideful, won't even say they having problems at the school, or we know they off the chain, but they know they won't do it around you. If they with you, you done took them out, like you said, to the ball game, they know they ain't finna cut no food because they know they uncle. You know what I'm saying?
They know, I will
they know that, but at the same time, it is something in there that you put like, I wish my niece would just say, I still need a little help. And they got parents, they married and everything, but and you be like, man, I really need to reach out and make sure she or he's okay. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He ain't acting out at the house. You know, I got a nephew now that I just found out he got some anger issues, but he know he don't play that with me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make him mad or nothing, but at the same time, I can see something is in him
But
that
do you but
I
do
didn't
you
know that was in him.
but do you pull him to the side when he with you and try
Yeah,
to coach him up?
because guess what? Gee, I just found this out. I ain't playing no game. It's been about 2 years now, but now he done went and live in Florida now with his grandmama. It just so happened how it worked out. But at the same time, it's like, oh man, was I too blind to see that? You know, but
Because
the
sometimes we
parent
do
got
turn a blind eye.
the parents still got to say, hey man, I'm really having some problem with him at the house. You know what I'm saying? And then and you might have them the niece and nephews or even your sister and brother. They won't tell you about it because they too ashamed. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They might be
That
too
pride.
ashamed
Yeah.
and right, they might be too ashamed now to even say, man, we done got it. Now you want to tell me. Now you want to tell me to try to fix it or try to help to fix it.
Well,
Later
I
on,
see
yeah,
if you
yeah,
see it
I'm
happening, then step
uh-huh.
in.
Right. Now, yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, well, golly, why y'all ain't never tell me? You
Right.
know,
Just
why
step
y'all ain't
in
never
and do
tell
what
me?
you can.
You
My cousin,
you know
yeah.
I love well my nephew. I just say my nephew. You know I love my nephew, my great nephew rather, and I need to be talking to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to tell him this ain't what he need to be doing or whatever it is. You need to get it all out and let me know now, so
Yep.
we can fix it with you and your parents, and we
And
can squash all this.
And let
what's
me help
important
you.
what's important is what when y'all just said about like my man up here said, I guess you're the host, right? What's your name?
RL.
RL Star.
RL.
Okay. RL. What RL just said when he was like, what are you gonna do? Do you try to coach him up? And when you say about the parents not liking it and stuff, sometimes I have to step back and allow like a mentor or something to them, someone they might look up to also, and I can't, you can't let your pride get the best of you if your
Right.
child might look at you a certain way, might say,
Exactly.
well, dad, you great
But
and
you didn't
everything
give
like
me
that,
you
but you
didn't make
kiss,
me feel comfortable.
yeah, you see at that
Right.
moment, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, so we, as a dad, as a parent too, so I have to also be mindful of that. I'm not too prideful of that. And
There
it
you
does
Yeah.
take
go.
a village. It,
There
it
you
does
go.
take a village. I mean, that's how it was when I grew up. I know that.
We gotta go back to the village. You can't be
Yeah.
no, that ain't my kid. No, you can't tell my no, I'm gonna tell your kid. And then I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
We
know
gotta
what?
do.
And I say that because I could be driving down the street and I see a young man that got his pants down and I tell him to pull his pants up and I mean what I say. Now he might cuss at me or he might say yes, ma'am. But either way, I make it known that we as a woman, I don't want to see that.
We
Yeah.
see
I
a
make
lot,
it known.
yeah.
If
Because a
I'm
lot
out
of
in
these
public and I heard kids, if I heard some teenagers cussing, I ask them, "Do you use that same language with your mom?" And a lot of them will say
Some of them would
no.
say,
A lot of them, some of
yeah.
them say yes. Some of them
Yeah.
say yes, but some of them will say no, and then they'll go correct themselves. It is
Yeah.
about, but
Yeah.
and I might get cussed at. Hey, but
Yeah.
just so you know that it is a village out here. It is people that care about you. It is people that care whether you out here carrying on and acting a fool.
Especially
Even when I see young
especially
ladies
black.
and I see that, yes, when I see young
Especially black.
ladies and they around a whole bunch of dudes, and I tell them, and I be straight up with them, don't you know that anything can happen to you while you hanging out with all these dudes by yourself?
Yeah. And they know it too.
Where is your mama? Where is your daddy? Where is your grandma? Whoever you living with, where they at? Baby, go home. Don't be out here like that. Sometimes and it does take that. And some of them listen. Majority, I say 90% of them listen. You always got that 10%. But at least 90% hear me. I used to work with kids. I used to work with school age kids. I've even done intern hours at our youth shelter before. So I've been in that environment for a while, but I don't work in that environment now. I work with adults now. And the hell they act like they kids. But anyway, but it is it all it takes is people to care. We have to get back to caring for one another and stop acting like we don't see it. If I see you, oh, I just see you steal that. Are you stealing? Now, as long as ain't no gunplay involved or anything, I'm gonna say something. I just seen you put that in your purse. Take that out your purse. We got to stop turning a blind eye. We always want to turn a blind eye in our community because we want to act like just like he said, you want to act like that's not my child. I don't need no help. I can handle all this. No, you can't, baby. Your little 5-year old just hit you about 5 times in this store, and you telling me that you can handle it. Maybe you need somebody. Maybe he needs somebody else to talk to him. Maybe he need a male mentor to talk to him. Maybe you need to listen to figure out what's going on to make him have this anger. We have to teach our kids how to deal with their anger because
What
they don't know how.
yeah, that's a lot of that, they're so damn sensitive today,
Yes, yes, yes,
and social media is part of that. I can never
yes.
understand how I promise you I can never understand how people get into like fights over somebody typed on a machine. I just couldn't. I can't grasp that concept.
And they
Like,
typing for a whole hour, texting
yeah,
back and forth,
I can't.
mad.
I don't think that there's something wrong there, in my opinion. You can call me all the motherfuckers and all this stuff you want to online. I don't care about any of that, you know. But now these kids today, it's almost like a real world to them. It's like they believe that someone actually is standing there in their face doing this. You know, like they fighting with these words, and then they get real offended by it. Oh, he embarrassed me, so when I see him, I'm gonna
Yeah.
shoot. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this to him, and it's weird. You know, it's really weird.
We didn't
I
have that. We got to get back to reading. We got to get back to books. We got to get back
Yeah, yeah.
to let's go to the community center. But see, that's a part of the issue too. A lot of the
That's a big
community
thing
centers
too.
are closed,
And these
uh,
kids aren't busy anymore. You're right.
and they're not busy. The
Hmm.
arts, they taking the arts out of school, so they don't have nothing to do. So if you're not providing anything outside of what they normally do, if they ain't, it's getting to the point where they trying to take sports out. I mean, it's so many things that's going on to where you're basically forcing your kids to be a mindless robot with social media.
Even with the with the curriculums in school, they teach
Yeah,
them how to be that way. It's
yeah,
like you're not teaching you. I went to the school because my kids at one point they was going to school down in Atlanta, right? And I went to the school because I was I was concerned about 1 or 2 grades and stuff, and I'm listening to what the teachers are telling me, and I told them, I said, you're not teaching the kids. You're not teaching the subject. You're teaching the test.
yep,
You're teaching them how to pass the test.
Yeah. How to pass the test. Yeah.
You're not teaching them. They don't know how to think. They're
no,
just you gotta sometimes you gotta let them fail so they'll learn.
exactly.
You see what I'm saying? They'll learn. I know I
Yeah.
did. When you fail, sometimes you learn. I know
You got to
sometimes a
bump
lot of
your
times
head a
you do learn.
couple of times.
Yeah, you gotta do that sometimes. And then things started changing slowly but gradually. You know what I'm saying? But we have to, as parents too, we gotta speak up sometimes and we gotta
Yeah,
hold each other accountable to these things too. A lot of us parents don't do that. We
we
gotta
got to
be able
be
to
our
take
teacher.
we gotta take out lumps sometimes. If you're
Yeah,
doing
Yeah.
wrong or you know you're doing wrong, you can't get mad when somebody pointed out to you. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
that's that pride thing.
The
That's the
pride. Yes, it's a whole lot of pride in the community.
yeah,
Whole lot
pride,
of pride, man.
and
and
be
are we
pride over
being
nothing.
the examples that our kids need to see?
Yeah, and that's what it is. You don't gotta talk too much. Only thing I do is just let them see it. Have a just let them see the example you're setting. You know,
Yes,
and then but you talk when you discipline them. Though you have to talk and let them know, but you just can't discipline them and just bam, that's it. They're gonna be confused as hell.
we teach them financial literacy, teach them the consequences of their actions. It ain't got to get wild, and I ain't got to scream and holler at you. I just need to give you, here's the tools that I need to give you. This is what you need to do with your money. Let's go start your bank account. How about let's invest you some money in some stock. It's not too early to teach financial literacy.
It's
We had
not.
piggy. You know what I'm saying? Some of us
Mhm.
had piggy banks. Some of us didn't. Some of us had a change drawer. You
Mhm.
know, some of us had the crown. The
The big
crown
ass
royal
water jug.
bag. Yes, you know,
Big ass
but
water jug.
right, the water jug. You know, but
Yeah.
I'm saying it's basically just coming back to being that village. Find your if you can't handle the things that your kids are going through, find them a mentor. It is still people. Hey, honey. It's still people
Lord,
out here
that
that
go
want to be.
that go the neighborhood.
It's
That
still
go
people
the
out
Where
here that want
neighborhood.
to take
where's
care of.
that?
They want to help you with your kids. Don't come in here with that mess tonight. Don't
Where's
do it.
Ann? I wanted to know where Ann was at, so we could just finish our. Not in a bad way. I'm just saying, where she at?
Okay, I'm here. I'm in the building. Don't start no mess tonight. You just got here.
All right.
But now what I'm saying is we just have to get back to that and be accountable for our own actions and give our kids the best part of us. And stop saying, oh, because my mama used to do it, or because my no. Yeah, that might be true. And you might have been raised properly. You might be an upstanding individual, but that don't mean that you're not without flaws. Okay. It's always different ways. And we raising different kind of kids. These some different children. They not us.
Dang.
They in the whole world of communication, information, the information highway. They can find anything and everything.
I get what you're saying, but I think that's kind of like a
That ain't no cop out. It's
you,
not.
you took the word right out of my mouth.
It ain't a
You know what
cop
I'm saying?
out. I know what you're gonna say. It's the truth. Come on, Rob. This is 2022. Anything that you want to know, I could get on this internet and do a Google search and find information. It might not be true, or it might be true. But I'm saying we got to go back to being our kids' first teacher. They learn at home. If we're not giving them good examples, then why they gonna listen to us? Well, mama,
Now,
we got to take the social media and all that to turn it into something good.
I thought
certain good. Yes, absolutely.
Everybody else use the phones and stuff to researching. A lot of
Yeah.
kids in the other races, they use the phone for researching. They
I'm
using it
giving
for
the
purpose.
information.
They got purpose of what they using it for. You know,
So
what
you
I'm
Make a
saying?
saying that
big
is saying that it's a cultural thing?
It's definitely a cultural thing.
Mhm.
To me, that's my opinion.
Mhm.
That's what I'm seeing with my eye. I think
Mhm.
it's a cultural thing. I think we allow a lot of stuff to go on. Ain't no way in the world your 8-year-old need a cell phone. What's your 8-year-old need a cell phone for? You know what I'm saying? We buying our kids iPhones for Christmas at the age of 6 and 7, 8, 10 years old.
I
For
get
what?
what you're saying.
Yeah,
You
look.
know what I'm saying? Go ahead and buy them a computer so they can do their work on it. You know what I'm saying?
Computer, the cell.
Every other race they got computers. Their kids got computers. Our kids only use computer in school.
right.
But we got the nerve to buy an iPhone.
Look, I'm in IT. I'm an IT professional. We're behind with IT
We're
because.
definitely behind, way behind.
But listen, what you said about the cell phones, China, all these other people, they give their kids these phones. These phones are tools.
But
Not
that's what I said. But they're using them with purpose.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
saying that's why I say it's a cultural thing. That's why I
But
say
you
it's a cultural.
said
Yeah.
when you said that,
Provide a
okay,
purpose
what is
for
an
the
8th
youth.
grade or 10th grade? They need the tools. If you like, it's like you don't give your kid a phone till 14. Then now they got to go. They don't have ready access to information. It's right now. It's the way of the future. If we didn't have it, that's fine. We had to go to the lot, do a decimal system, find the stuff, whatever. All this stuff take 12 hours to do one
Yeah.
research paper. They can do it in 1 hour now. So they are
Yeah.
technologically advanced with us. This is their culture. This is their culture. We don't want to take it away from them, but we don't want to reward them when they're not handling their business. That's what's going on with our culture. You know, we buying our kids, and we go back to we doing better as a people, but then we're rewarding our kids when they being disrespectful or whatever because we're trying to compete with the other parent. We want our kids to have
Right.
Jordan zone because there's other
Fuck
parents
that.
that all that stuff. We buying them stuff and they ain't doing nothing. They talking back to us, but we still gonna buy them this thing. We gonna buy them that or whatever. So it goes back to the village. We got to give them morals. We got to reestablish the morals for our culture and stop thinking about they deserve this.
We got to teach them the things are earned.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But we're not making them earn it. We're just giving it to them because it's a pacifier.
Yeah.
We
No, it's
pacify
because
them.
No, because we
it's
want to give
because
them
we
everything
compete
that
with
we
other
don't
parents.
have.
It's been like you take your 2-year-old, you buying him, he got $100 outfit on. He 2 years old. He don't know he got Jordans on, polos and everything. But you trying to show this other parent that you taking care of your kids. Just because you got them clothes don't mean you taking care of them. Just because you got expensive clothes.
Those Shahrazad Ali said it best. He said that's maintaining a child. That's not raising them.
I like that.
Exactly what she said.
I swear I thought Jermaine was gonna be here. BT. I wanted Ann to be. I want the whole crew. Fitz, the whole crew. They didn't show.
BT was here.
No,
BT left. You missed him. He was here earlier.
I want the whole crew to be here tonight, but it's all good. But
a lot of times when we talk about,
It was a good show.
When we talk about serious stuff that we really need to talk about, a lot of people don't like to talk about it.
Well,
They only want to come out and talk about politics.
But I mean, Ann my boo, but she had a lot to say in that chat. Now, ready? I came with the smoke, but she ain't here. So
you gonna make Ann get you, boy.
I wanted to.
Okay, there you go, strike it again. Ann gonna come on and get you.
Let's go.
My daddy's about to die.
But
Charisma. You know my kid's mother. You don't know that, do you?
Who's your kid's mother?
Charisma know everybody.
Who's your kid mother, man? I hope I ain't Noah like. Who's your kid?
No,
mother?
we ain't Noah like
He's
that.
talking Noah, not Noah like.
Who your kid's mother, man?
If he did, I wouldn't have said shit.
That's who. Hey, this man right here gonna make the show real good, boy. He gonna make it real good.
She's one of your friends on Facebook.
Okay.
I was shocked as shit. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know he knew her. Glad I'm divorced. Nah.
Yeah. Hey, we'll talk about that later.
Kareem, is she cute? He gonna friend her anyway.
No, wait, that's you, Rob.
You know how some dudes just say any woman.
I'm very
selective.
I'm very particular about people that I'm friend with on Facebook. I go through
very selective.
I go through my message and clear people out. I clear people out. I'm very,
I
very.
don't know. I never knew you knew her though. I never knew you knew her. So whatever happened,
we'll talk about that later one-on-one. We'll talk about that.
Y'all talk about it one-on-one.
But
I need to be included. I want to know too.
See what you
hey, look, I'm gonna send you a message right now. You'll see it right now.
We ain't gonna do this live, man. We ain't even have y'all fight.
No, we can't do that live.
Hey, this is my brother. This my brother. This my brother in the light right here, man. He made Sonic too, man. So
you told me about it, man. He seemed like a cool dude, man. Don't seem
he gonna take the show.
He don't seem like he ready for prime time, but you know what I'm saying?
That's why I said I want to.
He ain't ready for the work, man.
Nah, he ready for the work. He ready for the work. That's why I want to. I wanted BT to be on here. He gonna help BT out a lot. I wanted all to be on here.
You can't highly recommend it.
He'll be back next week when we get to talk about politics. They'll all jump back on here.
Go get deep. That's when it's gonna get real. I'm on it. I'm on here again next because I gotta. Hey, we got a lot to talk about. We talk about this kid.
Yeah, we gonna talk about some stuff because you see it. You see it.
You know he from our neighborhood, Rob. You know he.
I think we talked enough about that. You know what I'm saying?
RL.
Yeah, what's up?
So after I get this book published, I'm gonna need a book signing in Atlanta, and I'm gonna need you to sing.
Baby, you know what I'm saying?
We're gonna need to collaborate. I'm gonna need you to.
Even though I get paid to sing, I do it for you for free.
That's what. And y'all heard it on live.
I heard on.
It's on the live. Thank you.
Even though I get paid, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I'll sing for you. Sure,
yeah. Even though
Charisma, the sundown won't be there now. I told you.
I'll come get the book sign. I'll see Maxwell, a woman work. Don't be laughing.
I ain't gonna laugh at you.
No, because then you gonna get up there. You gonna get up there and be women bashing and everything, and ain't nobody gonna buy no book.
Why y'all think I'm a woman basher? Because I just tell the truth about how women really be acting, man. And they be telling they tell the truth about us and so on every day. Every time.
I took my glasses off.
You know what Glorilla just said? Glorilla just put viral by saying, don't go to the club and meet a dude at the club because all you're gonna get is BS. Every dude in the club, because they looking for what they call it? They looking for
To
Sponsor.
smash. They listen.
yeah,
They looking to
they looking
smash.
for a thought to smash that night,
Yeah.
right? That's a lie. Because what women in there for then? They looking for the same thing, right? Or they just looking to walk
I
around
took my glasses off
girls
of
all
you
night?
because I'm trying to hear this for real.
Yeah, okay. So when I was trying to explain to Ann and the dude just said the same thing in my mouth. No, she said that when I said when those women have those problems, they kids like this, especially when with 6, 7, 8 kids, 5 kids, and I asked the question like, where would any of the baby fathers at? And she said, you can't really blame her for what she did in her life and the choice she made. I think that I'm not
You can't blame her
bashing
for her
women.
choices she made.
No. I'm not bashing women. I'm saying if she made a mistake the first time, had one kid and the baby daddy left, that should have been her example. Like, I can't do this again. Then you get with another guy, you have another kid and he blaze out. She should have been like, hold on now, something ain't right. And then you have 3 more kids behind that. Whose fault is that?
You know, accountability is women's kryptonite. You know that.
Listen, let me say this. Let me say this, because y'all ain't gonna be women bashing tonight, and I'm the only woman right now. No,
I'm answering the question.
Let me say this. Let me say this. When you get with somebody, they be a wolf in sheep's clothing. You don't really know them until you get with them. So she might have been in love with these dudes, thinking that they was. Don't be getting off Stanford. Come on back. Thinking that they was. He didn't take his earphones off. Don't be take your earphones off. Get on back on her.
He probably got a supervisor talking to him.
Yes. And so we don't be knowing. So she may have been in viable relationships and which resulted in a kid. The first thing that y'all want to say is, I love you, girl. You love me, have you my baby. I mean, so you can't be bashing that woman because things transpire. They got more than one kid. That's just life.
I'm not bashing them. I'm saying, okay, I'll give you an example.
I understand what you said.
I use myself. I'm gonna use myself, and I know y'all gonna say they ain't bringing up again. Like with my exes, right? When
Which one?
She had 2 kids, 2 children. I knew she told me about the kids. I said, okay, I know what I'm going into. She got 2 kids. I said, now I know me, I'm not gonna make no more children. And when she got them 2, I'm not making them. She got a boy and a girl, so I ain't making no more kids. I'm not making no kids because you already got you got to raise these. They're young, and I already had problems coming with baby fathers. I was having conflict with these guys, so I already knew what was going on with that. So I said, I know that this might be a problem. My dad always told me this. What my dad always say: never get in a ready-made family. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what you're getting yourself into. That's how I was raised, right? So I said, okay, cool, but that's still saying I'm not saying I'm not listening to what my father's saying, but I still went on and did it anyway. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm not listening, but I'm giving her a chance. I'm saying, I'm looking at the eyes, like, what, maybe she is a good, because she got 2 kids. That don't mean she a bad chick. She ain't a bad woman. All right. She dragged me. Like I was trying to explain to Ann. I'm trying to help her with the kids. She dragging me. I'm paying stuff. I'm doing what I got to do as a man. She's writing down my credit card, stealing and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, why you got to steal from me? I'll pay it. You ain't got to steal. I'm supposed to be your man. Why you got to steal from me? Just ask me. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm
so
still.
She was a wolf in sheep's clothing, in other words. So you thought she was good and she wasn't either.
But I said, I gave her the benefit of the doubt because I said, you came from a hostile environment. You came from a broken home. I'm going to still be in there trying to help you. I'm trying to give you the better things in life. So your kids won't, you know what I mean? I'm trying to do something better for you. She wanted to keep going back to the ghetto shit and go backward. I'm trying to go forward. So, okay, she leave me, right? She left me, got with another guy, and had 2 more children by the guy, right? By this guy. Now he then left and got with her friend or something. Now they together, a friend or something didn't happen or whatever. So I'm like, wow, you left this guy, got with him, threw it for now every day on Facebook, she like, men ain't nothing. Men ain't this. Man, I'm like, damn, I want to lead you. It's all now you bad, but it's your mistakes though. You making these mistakes though.
So basically, what you're saying is that everybody need to be accountable. We've been talking about that a lot.
All I was saying. Yeah, I'm not just cloning the woman for crying on TV saying, and I hate the fact she said I got to get the law involved to get my son to put him in jail so he can stay still. You got to go to resort to give your son a record. That's what they want to do now. All police want a good guy to have a record. They don't care about the guys without records with records in the first place. They want guys like me without no records. Guys without
But
records, they want us.
what I said earlier was
So what she should have done.
Well, what she should have done was when she had her first child, put a stamp on it like
Yeah,
that.
but she would beyond that point. At that point,
Yeah.
she beyond that now. That's over
what
with.
is the solution now?
Okay.
What's
She can't
the
put the
solution?
kid. She can't put the kid back up in there. She beyond that point.
And I understand that. Now, I'm gonna say this. Now, since the child has passed, this should have been a wake-up call for her other 5 kids, right?
Yeah.
And now, watch this. I'm not saying this in a bad way. Now she gonna have a wake-up call and try to figure out new ways to take care of them 6, 5 she got now. It's gonna be a more strenuous and more strict form of retribution towards her children.
But it's still hard when you are a woman out here and you're trying to seek help for your children.
And you know what?
People are not giving you no, listen. I live in a state where they claim that my state is probably 5th in the nation for domestic violence. Okay. However, when the women here try to get help, they basically tell them they ain't nothing that they can do. Or they want you to do all these things and then you take your kids into the shelter, then they want to take your kids away from you. It's so many aspects. It's so many aspects that come along with that. Or you're asking for help and then you go to court and then the judge tell you that they can't do nothing because this is a civil matter. You have to go to children's court.
Right.
They can't do nothing, but your kid's father can come over here and tear your house up. He can beat you. He can manipulate you. He can do everything to you, and you try to get away from him, asking for help for you and your kids, and the information is not being provided. And then you claim when you get there to get help. Then and the reason why I say that is I know someone personally that's going through that has moved on, but tried to get help from the people that they say call the domestic violence line, call us and get help. Well, the local chapter here that's supposed to help these women basically make them feel like crap. You make me feel like crap, and if I make over a certain amount of money, you're not going to help me because you feel like I can afford a lawyer. However, I have all these kids that my money is going to, and I'm working 40 hours a week trying to maintain my household plus my kids, and you're asking for help. It's bad. And I'm saying, so yes, the situation is bad all around. She may have asked for help and was not able to get the type of help that she needs. However, you're right. It is accountability. We still have to be accountable for our actions. And I agree with you. If you had one and you went over her and got with somebody else, but you can't help who you fall in love with. And if a kid come along, then that's what happens.
Okay.
But at the same time, it should be, if I'm a woman and I've been assaulted and I'm trying to get help, then the help should be happening. But when you live in a state where and I'm gonna put it out there, when I live in a state where they basically tell me I can't do what I want to with my body, which means you have no regards for women here, which means that if something happens to me and I get out here and I need help, if I call the police is gonna tell me that they can't do nothing about it. It's a civil matter.
Oh, but they can kill folks though. They can
kill me and they can kill my kids. But you can't help me when I'm in need.
Yeah, they can kill black folks though. They are on traffic stops. They can do something about that though. They can't do about the women though.
So I'm saying it's an unfortunate situation. I feel for that mother. Nobody wants to lose their kids at all to nothing. You don't want your child to die. You don't want your child to get shot. You don't want your child in jail.
And I'm gonna say this.
I
You're
feel
right.
for that mother.
All that you're saying is right. But I also know it was strong mothers when I was coming up. A lot of women try to say that they was a product of the 80s when they had welfare and they was having kids, just want to sit down on their butt and like, I'm just gonna have kids and let the government pay. They came out.
It's
now this
career
is
people.
Now millennial didn't hit. The millennium didn't hit. Now we got millennials. A lot of those parents, a lot of that slowed down a little bit because they feel like that welfare stuff ain't, the economy so mocked up. That's out the door. It was jobs being created. It's jobs out here for everybody every day. If you want to work, you can do that. See, I heard the lady say she lost her job trying to she lost her second job because she didn't have no babysitter for the other kids.
Right.
But you got jobs with programs.
And that's true.
But you got jobs with programs that help you with your children. Like my job, you got children problems. They got a place for them to be where you can still work.
But see, that's another thing. We need to get back to creating those type of programs to make them available.
And I agree. Now, let's just get to the hardcore situation. See, this is where it gets hardcore. Not bashing. I'm just saying this is where it gets hardcore.
Go ahead.
What I was trying to explain today in the chat, you, like my man said at my job, he took the words right out of my mouth. A lot of women that's online today use their body as weapons. You can turn you on your phone and women showing their butt, they bending over, they sideways, they just exploiting themselves every day. Every day now, every day it's clickbait. Every day it's clickbait on Facebook and on the phone. Every day it's clickbait. And either they're gonna go for the guy with the biggest bag, or they're gonna go for the guy they really like that's a thug out here doing this thing. They're gonna go for him, they're gonna want to be with him. The man gonna smash. He gonna smash. He gonna get her pregnant. She gonna be either.
You're saying social media is bad for everybody. We need to get back to.
Well, it's all on how you use it. It's all on how you use it, what you're using it for. If you want to, see, I done had a lot of women block me on Facebook because I tell them I'm not on here just looking at you for your body. I'm just trying to be a nice person. They be like, oh, he ain't clickbait, so he got to get out my life. He ain't like
you about to go to the block. I'm just playing.
He lame.
You know, he ain't showing me enough attention. You know what I mean? I'm fine. I know I'm fine. I get 3,000 likes a day, but he ain't showing me. He not giving me what I want. You damn right ain't giving me what I want, because I don't see that in you. I just see you being April, May, all them type of women that try to block me from being I'm calling them out. April, May. Come back. Tell your friends. You know what I mean? Tell your friends. I'm on here blasting you. But anyway,
you name dropping them.
Yeah,
Charisma. Come on back. Come on back. Quit name dropping.
I'm tired because it hurts me to know our women. I'm fighting for the women, right? I'm tired of hearing the same excuse for women that can get out here and get a job that look good. They can get the job. Even at my job, they hire women at my job and put them over positions that men already applied for because they know they got a system in here. They want it that way. You understand what I'm saying? It's a straight system. Yeah. It's a system. So everything's implemented so that. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Oh God, you done made me lose my train of thought. I'm trying to get right. So damn. So it's a system that's been implemented that's been created so that women can get ahead if they want to. If you look good on the job, they gonna put you in that position. They just work like that. Yeah, they work like that. Oh, it worked like that. It worked like that. It ain't nowadays. It's no excuse for no woman that look good that can't get a good job to walk in with the right credentials and get a good job. They gonna hire that woman over that man every time if she look good walking in this building. If they say, "Oh man, this girl look good," she got the job. That's just how it works. They feel if you put enough pretty women in one work environment, it's gonna bring others so they can come to work too. It's been like that since slavery. I hate you. That's just it is. You can't. Back to the point. If a woman had one child out of wedlock, and she know, and the baby daddy leave, that should be her call sign right there. Like, nah, I can't make this mistake again. I can't be out here just laying on my back thinking this. I love this man. He got a good job. He got pretty eyes. He look like this. He built. He swole. And I'm gonna just get with him and have another baby. And and it happen again. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. You're not living by a woman should live by a moralistic code. They should be the one saying like.
Men should too. Everybody should.
I agree with you, but the woman is the creator. She the one that had a baby. She's the strongest.
Agree with that.
She's the strongest. She endured more than what a man endures. She's the backbone. She is the one that walk on coal. You understand what I'm saying? She the sun, right? She the whole earth. So when a woman should be more wise, she should be the one making the wise decision. Like, hold up, I'm a queen or whatever you want to be called, a squad queen. I should be protecting my body so that whatever this man, what kind of seed he put in it should be a reflection of him. Like the word air-like. Air-like means one and the same. So whatever that man put in that woman, that's what's gonna come out of that woman. So if he gonna put in her and blaze out a dip. That's what kind of kid she's gonna be trying to raise. If she don't buckle down when he get 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 12. The young boy was 12 years old. She couldn't get control of a 12-year-old kid. 12 years old. She couldn't get control of him. Me and Robert came up in the era, especially where Robert from. It was a lot of strong women at Bankhead Court that was raising 5, 6 kids, whooping their ass, and them kids came out pretty good. Some of them
we need to go back to the village.
Yeah, they can't. So those are all excuses to me. And that woman from our neighborhood. She right on the backside of where we from, Jackson Parkway, right there by 80 Wood. So those are an excuse. That's an excuse to me. If you want to get down and show these kids what real mean, real women. When we came up in our neighborhood, they gonna put that thing on you. You know what I'm saying? I know they got defect, but it's a certain way you can discipline that kid. Certain way, take the phones away from them. I bet that 12-year-old, like he said, had phones. He had play. I bet he had everything he wanted. I bet he did. I'm sure he did. And then he come in when he want to. What kind of young 12-year-old come in when he want to? He got a key to the house, don't he? So how he get in if the mama say, I ain't letting you in? How he get in the house at 3, 4 in the morning? He got a key.
Right.
He got a key.
Oh, she getting up letting him in.
Yeah. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Letting them in. Somebody.
But she loves her kids. She can't leave her kid out in the street. She can't leave him out in the cold. She can't leave him out because he got you can't do that. So she in a catch-22. So she gonna say, I called the police to lock him up to keep him still. She said, I couldn't keep him still. He can't stay still. He ain't got nothing to do. He ain't going to school. He ain't got no activity.
Sometimes you get to the end and be your last straw. Whatever your last straw is, sometimes it's the straw to break the devil's back.
But baby, it can't be the police. You can't put your kid in the jail.
I agree.
That ain't the way to do it. Where are
here's the thing, the people in the world. Here's the thing, families don't want to take care of your kids no more. It ain't like we talked about earlier, where you have the uncle and I'm the number one auntie of America, okay? And my nieces and nephews know they might act a fool with their mama but when they come around me, it's a whole different situation with TT. I don't play. So, and they don't act like all of that. But it is a it's a point.
Sorry
we
about
just
that.
gotta get back to the village. No, you okay, bless you.
Right, but you know what?
Gotta get back to the
example, my little brother got 4 kids now. He just had one. And all his baby moms are one and the same. And all his kids are taken care of, and they not out there acting crazy. When he not even,
that's a good.
We come.
Everybody don't have that. Right. Everybody don't have that.
Right. So he go pick up his children every week. He get the 2 girls. He with them every birthday, everything, every event. If she got a dance corps, if she got whatever she got going on, if she graduating or getting an award day at school, he there. Every event. He
going. We done made Rob pick up his cigarette. Oh Lord.
Yeah, I know he see the part and comment.
Well,
it's the part of comments, Charisma. We got to go, baby.
30 minutes, y'all. So I try to get out what I can. I thought everybody was gonna be on tonight, but you know, I gave my, I came. So I'll be here next week, and it is what it is.
You came, you saw, you conquered.
Yeah, Vidi Vinci. You're damn right.
We gonna get back into some more stuff next week, man.
That's why you my friend.
So I can see what your boy Stanford working with, man.
Oh, he's working.
Yeah, we can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about.
We're gonna talk about War Knocking Radio. War Knocking Radio.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, pretty much.
You remind me of
next week.
You remind me of the champ from Harlem Nights.
I called him radio.
You do radio too. Yeah, you know.
Remind me of Bush Mouth from Fat Albert.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all play too much. Y'all stop.
What's wrong with that dude? I can't get behind that. I'm sorry, man.
Me either.
I can't get behind that one.
It's gonna be a lovely political conversation next week. I might
man, appreciate you coming on, man. If you got any topic you want to talk about, man, shoot it to your boy, shoot it to me, man, shoot it to me. And we discuss anything you want to discuss, man. You know what I'm saying?
He in the group chat. So
I don't know. I'm not an expert in none, but I know a little bit about everything.
Jack of all trades, huh?
Master of none.
Stanford, hey, he's sharp spin.
All right, point comment, man. Who want to get their point comment in, man?
Go, Tisha.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get mine out the way, Latina. So,
I know.
like I said, we just got to get back to the village, everybody. Get back to the village, help one another, get back to. We got to have compassion for one another. We didn't got so far away from compassion. We are letting social media rule our lives so tough. We use it. Social media is supposed to be social, and it's supposed to be used for what it is, researching and all. And it is healthy ways to be able to use it without having to take ourselves under. If you know a parent, a single mother, or any parent, male or female that need help them with their kids. If you could be a mentor to kids, get out there and be a mentor. Let's put these programs back in place and get our communities back where they need to be. We are the ones that are able to change, and you want to be the change that you want to see in the world. That's all I have. I don't have no poetry tonight. I got something for you next week, though. Peace.
Peace out, my sister.
All right. Talk to y'all later.
Later.
Who's next?
All right, go ahead, Stafford. This is what we just give a point, comment, whatever you want to talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? The floor is yours.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank y'all for inviting me to this. I was looking forward to coming on here. I would like to say that accountability is big with me, and we got to get back to that village, like the last young lady said, like Latina said. But we got to remember that accountability, and it has to be present at all times, and structure has to be there. You got to be consistent with all of it. That's the only way that we're gonna go ahead and get over this hump. And you got to put that pride away, man. We can help each other out. We got to learn to accept that. Once we do all of that, I think we'll be on the right track, because we are the greatest people on this planet, in my opinion. So that's how I see it.
All right, my brother. Appreciate you for coming on, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One more thing. Charisma, man, you seen that pic?
Oh, no, I got to look at it. I'm going to look at it once.
Okay.
I'm definitely, I'm going to see it.
Send me the pic, man. I want to see.
You can look. I don't give a damn. Go ahead.
I'll send it, Rob. Yo,
it's on your messenger, man. Peace.
I got it. Hey, but yo, man, but I'll see you next Tuesday. Come on in. I'm sure BT and everybody be in next week, because it's gonna be really.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because
that's gonna be fire, man. So you'll be in probably earlier then. What you get, like, you can get the link now. I don't have to send it to you now. So if you're in the live chat, it'll just come straight to you. I think Rob, you already follow Rob, right? On Facebook, right?
No, I only got you.
Okay.
I didn't follow nobody yet or nothing yet. I'll friend request them all and all that.
Okay, bro.
I seen that little conversation that y'all was having earlier.
What's your name on Facebook?
Same, Stanford Henson. You'll see the light up there.
Yeah, follow him, Rob. So my little part comment, man. Yo, I just want to just say we have to diversify, be excellent. We have to be intuitive. We have to value our family. We have to have a great relationship with each other, and we have to execute on how we got to raise the children. You know what I'm saying? How we can empower the women instead of just having babies with them. I think men should empower the women. When a woman don't have kids, he should be there to empower, not have babies first. You know what I'm saying? It should be an empowerment move where they can grow together and create a structure. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I see. So that's what kept me from not having babies with women that was like probably treating me bad at the time, where I was like, I know it wasn't gonna work. So that'd be a waste of time to have a baby with somebody who wouldn't treat me good, and then just be out there, a kid out of wedlock, and then I gotta go the whole cycle repeated again. You understand what I'm saying? Where I gotta go get him this day and get him that day, and it's just that's not a good power move. You know what I mean?
not at all. Not at all.
As men, let's be more innovative and empower the woman instead of just laying them on their back, giving them seeds, man, and not growing the seeds properly. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
You know, women already have plenty of power. They have the wrong power.
Yeah.
And when they do have the power, sometimes a lot of women don't know what to do with it.
Right.
You know, their power is actually in their femininity, in my opinion.
Thank you.
But their the power that they're using is
It's
what the
masculine,
government is. Yeah.
masculine energy.
Mhm.
That's what they use.
That's the wrong type of power to use
Wrong
against
power. That's what I was
wrong
trying to say
power.
about. That's what
It
I was
might
trying
work
to
on
say
some
about.
betas, some beta males. It might work on them, but it ain't gonna work on me. So that's just them.
That's
you
the
know?
whole thing I was trying to say in the whole chat today. That's what I was trying to say.
You know,
But
that it might work on them. It ain't gonna work on me.
don't
I'll
work
tell you
on
to
me.
kick rocks quick.
Believe it. I like femininity, bro.
Yeah, I like that. That's how you get me. I want you to bat your motherfucking eyes, man.
Yeah, exactly. and I'm not going for it just trying to lay on your back to have a kid. So you gonna get
Yeah.
I dodged a lot of bullets, so that's why they call me Neo, because I was like the Matrix. I dodged a lot of them, Jack.
All right, fella, we finna get up out of here, Mike. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Appreciate
bro.
y'all brothers, man.
I'll see you Tuesday, Rob. I'm with you too. Hey, we're gonna have I know we're gonna do the Herschel thing, bro. We gotta have one more good topic though. But I'll be sending you some stuff, bro.
We can talk about what we talk about, because that's deep, man, to me. The children, that's a
we
deep
get
thing
back
to
on
me.
that. Okay, but we still gotta talk about Herschel too, though.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
definitely.
We're gonna do
Yeah,
the kids then.
dude,
Everybody gonna be on here this week. I want everybody to be on this week.
Oh, that's election day too, ain't it?
Yeah.
Next year. Yeah.
We on it.
I hope nobody really like that dude, man. That dude was retarded. I hope they don't like it.
I told you he radio, man.
Yeah, he is radio.
But
yeah,
I'll see
he's
y'all,
born in
man.
radio. That motherfucker blast master.
Herschel said he gonna win this erection.
A lot of them alpha males was like, yeah, they like that erection. Yeah,
he breathing China's air over there. That's the problem.
He said, y'all. Hey, Herschel
the
said
China
y'all,
air came over here.
Herschel said y'all get off his bike.
It's bike. That's that Florida.
That's like a box of chocolates, huh?
That's a bike.
All right, man. Y'all get up, man. I'll let y'all, man.
All right. Peace.
All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Everybody for coming, man. I love y'all. And then y'all can do about it. And I also appreciate everybody who came out and support your boy Saturday, man. The show was a success. It was a sellout. Next time, if y'all want to support your boy, I bring the pain, man. You know what I'm saying? You bring the woodpecker, I bring the wood. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Appreciate it, y'all. Love y'all. Y'all can't do nothing about it. Peace out.